Welcome everyone to the Paper Outpost. My name is Pam and I make journals. And this is an example of one of the journals that I make. Her name is Dream. Let me get so you can see her. All right, please, I'm a little nervous. She is my first YouTube video with journals. So here we go. Nope, can't see her. All right, there we go. All right, so her name is Dream. And she's approximately 7 by 5-ish with a 1-inch spine. The spine is viewable on the outside. She's about a 4, oops, okay, learning as I go here. About a 4-inch gator mouth, well-stuffed little chub love. And she's got many different textiles, laces, fibers, and she feels really good in the hand. I would call it a semi-soft cover. Has layers of fabrics and laces and specialty papers on the cover, lace work on the back and on the spine. She's made, there's no previous book cover here. She's made from scratch on chipboard. So I would call her semi-soft as far as she's got like a squish factor, which is easy. She feels really comfy in the hand. Here's a closer look at her cover, many different laces, and a metal book plate with the word Dream. She has a little dangle attachment here with button and some fabrics. And I'll take you through her. She has ex libris with a little cluster here. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can get a better view of the pages. Lots of different laces on the side. And many different little things in pockets along the way. Lots of clusters, collage elements, vintage ephemera. I put a lot of authentic vintage ephemera into my books. I love to use the real stuff when I can. I love going to antique stores and vintage stores and finding little treasures and things like that. So it's really a lot of fun for me. Those of you who make journals, I'm sure you know, I don't need to say. Here's a 1913 handwritten letter. Yeah, or an envelope, and it's got a little Victorian trade card on the inside. Little collage elements. So just a little bit so you can see the whole picture. Whoop. Oh, this thing is very sensitive. A little bigger. Okay, there we go. All right. Some coupons and tickets from days gone by. Here is a herb card. And, little bits and bops and baubles of little things to explore. I love the feeling of not knowing what's coming on the next page. I like to use lots of different textures and fibers, and I like to add a lot of extra little writing spaces for you. Isn't she beautiful? Little things to pull, very easy to function. Here's a little handmade surprise. So there's a nice mixture of handmade ephemera and vintage ephemera. Some vintage photos. Very interesting. Wonder what their history is. Sometimes there's things on the back, sometimes not. And every page is designed to spark a little bit of wonder and curiosity for you, to be like a prompt to help you write or gather ideas for things, to give you ideas to journal. Charms in the middle of the signatures. Hand-sewn three-hole pamphlet stitch designs, lots of laces, a handmade envelope, and a little journaling card, some vintage stamps, more laces, a little lace flap on some botanical paper, lots of old book pages used, stamping, hand stamping, lots of visual splendor for the eye, and little handmade elements. and some vintage ephemera, an old library card. Love to see the old signatures, see what people were reading. This is an old vintage advertisement, and 1950s envelope, little handmade journaling card and a bookmark in a little fabric pocket with a dangle, some decoupage, some ribbon elements and fiber elements on paper clips, some tucks with little surprises in them, more hand stamping. Getting lost in your journal is part of the goal, you know, just turning the page and getting excited about what you find. An old vintage computer card, Embrace Beautiful Chaos, with some texture on the back. I did a little watercolor in here, and I'm checking to see if I'm in frame. Yes, little handmade flowers. Okay, there's my dog who promised he would not bark, and he's not happy that I closed the door to my art room here so that you can't hear the birds, which you can probably hear. There's no perfect time to record in my home. Okay, little guy, settle down. I just fed you a whole bunch so you'd be nice and sleepy and go to sleep. Little tuck spot here. Some botanicals, beautiful botanical images. Yes, I see you. Yes, yes. And here is a, this is vintage wallpaper with some avocado dyed paper. And I do all the dyeing myself and collecting of items myself. More journaling space. Some quotes. Little extra surprise places to journal and tuck. I'm still in frame. Yeah, okay. And, okay. Vintage library catalog card. More writing space for you. Some vintage ephemera and a long tag. More quotes and little extra spaces to write. Coffee and tea dyed papers with some hand stamping and some sentiments. So those little extra thoughts of the day. You know, one thing I do in my own journal is if I miss a few days and I feel sad because I've got these blank pages, what I do is I go back and put my favorite quote that I found or something. It's a great place to log quotes. This is a little, I think it's a bridge scoring ephemera. Little handmade notebooks. Oh yes, that's Angel, everybody. Yes, yes, it's you. Yes, we're doing a video. Yes, yes. No, you're not the star of this one, although he is of many. Okay, so this is some embossing I did on a little tuck area. And there's another little notebook tucked in here so you can have lots of writing space. And another little baby notebook, just clusters, feels, fibers, extra places to write, so much to discover. I wanted to give you a quick little flip through of what she looks like. If you're interested in her, she is for sale on my Etsy at thepaperoutpost.com. And I'll put the links below, and there are other journals I have there as well if interested, just to take a peek-see. And I'd love to hear from you. Very excited, nervous. Here's her back cover. She's gorgeous and feels great in the hands. Just lots of texture, squishy texture. And there you go, everybody. Have a fabulous day.